Alright, now welcome back to episode 14 of my playthrough of Factorio Vanilla. So between episodes I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I moved this whole setup over the one tile that we needed to get it all to connect up and make sulfuric acid for us a bit easier rather. I also finished up connecting this. We doubled up the battery creation, so now we have an absolute ton of batteries, right? So if we look at this thing, we have, what, 30 chemical plants making batteries, which I think nets us, like, some crazy amount, doesn't it? If we look at this thing, that's 60. So half of this, we're getting, what, 7.5 batteries per second is what this ends up being. Which is honestly probably more than what we're going to need for this playthrough, right? Because I think the goal of this one is just going to be to launch a rocket ship, so we don't actually need to go too crazy overkill with it. So I think the plan for this episode is pretty much what we said we were going to do at the end of the last one, and it's going to be working on some robots. Because I'm kind of I'm kind of sick of building certain things and having to keep my inventory sorted by myself. And it's just going to make life like a gazillion times easier once we have them. So what we should probably do here is actually extend this out till about there, and then we'll do this for the entire bus because I'm pretty sure we'll end up needing all of this junk. Cool. Bang. There. Cool. Just extend all of this out just so we have the space to build that we are going to eventually need. And then also, obviously, expanding this out is going to be 10 times easier once we have robots as well. So, okay. You have to make some space. And then we have to look at auto-crafting up certain things, right? Because we're going to need not just robots, but we're also going to need probably, honestly, we're going to have to upgrade power soon. So that's also something we need to think of, which means more coal and more copper. Just in general, we need to start clearing out extra things. So we have a lot of stuff that we need to get done. So first of all, robots, right? I think that's number one on the list, even though we don't actually use that list anymore because I'm using a third-party thing for it on my other monitor. But regardless, we want robots, we want roboports. So we're going to go here. Why do I have that selected? Clear that. New production line, add a recipe, and we want... Let's start with roboports. Let's make these things first. Which means we are going to need the block itself, right? Which means it's this one. Here we go. Click on that. And we want just one. Realistically, we're only going to have one factory making roboports. I don't think we really need too many of these like all at once generally. I think one factory making this stuff is more than enough. And conveniently, it's only steel, iron gears, and red plates. So the only thing that we need to make on this will be the gears, which is what, an extra 5 assemblers to then make this one item. 6.8, okay, so we need a feed-in of pretty much 1 yellow belt's worth of plates going into gears, and then it's 5 gears going into 1 roboport. So we can probably do this. It's not going to be the prettiest thing in the world. So let's say you're going to be the roboport. And then we're going to go 1, 2, or can I fit? I don't think I can fit 3 going onto this. But if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, and then all of these will be set to gears. Not what I wanted. Gears, copy that. All you 4 are gears. That's going to be gears. I need more assemblers. I probably should have prepared a little bit more, but that's fine. We can just handcraft these. That's not too bad. Cool. What I'm actually probably going to do is I'm going to move this one to be down here. So then all of these need to be making gears. All these gears are going to be fed into the roboport assembler. Right? And then I just need 2 belts coming in to this. One of which is going to be Actually, no, it's only one belt that I need coming in. It only needs to be a half belt, actually. But I guess we could do 2 belts. One each of, what is it, steel and red chips. And then the rest is just going to be iron that's like snaked its way around this. So we can probably do the iron straight away. I need more splitters. I only have 1. 1 is not going to be enough, but it'll make do for now, I guess. You need to go, let's bend you there, and then you can come out. Bang. And then this one, we'll just keep it in kind of nice and neat, I think. Bang, bang. There. So now all of these guys are going to have a feed in of iron. Bang, bang, and there. And then it's just, what? Red chips and steel. Which means now we can have pulling out of there into just like... I'm actually going to make a passive provider chest for this. For the roboports. And we'll probably end up like changing most of our chests so we have like holding items into these in a moment, but we'll talk about that once we actually have some sort of a robot network set up. So for the time being, what I need to do now is just get all of this stuff powered. Which there's no real neat way to do this, that just has to go there. Okay, so you're just getting gears. I might make stack inserters for the iron, for the steel rather, and the red chips. So I need actual red chips to make this stuff even more. And more iron. So I need 2 of these. And then 4 splitters, that'll be enough for what we want to do. We'll do stack inserters, because this does exactly what it sounds like. It takes stacks. It does 4 items at a time when it moves in. And it moves at the same speed as the fast inserter, so that'll be plenty fast enough for what we want. And I guess now we're just going to get in steel and red chips. So on this inside line, wow, moving around on this stuff is not fun. All the way up. Let's do that there, and I should have enough undergrounds to just kind of... Oh, I missed it by 1. Of course I did, because why wouldn't I have... Okay, so that one has to go there instead. And then run belts down. Cool, that's going to be our steel insert. Beautiful, now it's getting a ton of steel. And then the last one we need to bring in is going to be our red chips, which means we have to break this stuff for the time being. And we go there, and then we'll have to go underground from there to there, because this belt is going to run down. And I need to pull off the other junk, and then I need to go underground, whoops, underground from there to there. So that stuff keeps running through. And then this can just go straight down. And then that's roboports automated. And like really nicely automated, mind you. Cool. And my hope here is so long as that these inserters are fast enough to just constantly have these pumping them out. Because we are going to need these, but we don't need like a silly amount of them right away. What we are going to need to do though is increase our output of that, because we're using a ton of these guys really, really quickly. As well as our science is using a whole heap of them. So yeah, that's going to be an issue, but this is, remember, that's tileable. So once we have robots and stuff up and running, it's going to go really well for us. So let's just make 1 stack of this stuff. That's as much as it's ever going to ask us to make. Research, we can just chuck on the next thing, I guess. Let's do lasers, I guess. Just so that research is still moving along. That's all well and good. And then the next research, since we got robots, we want to work towards getting logistics system as well, because this is also going to open us up to being able to do some really cool things with robots. but we also need yellow science. So that's still a fair ways away. But everything's going to move a lot quicker now that we do actually have access to robots, which will be kind of nice. I also need to do a balancer probably, because I'm noticing an issue with these belts right after here. Since it's obviously not being split very nicely. So what I'm going to do is probably do it in like a 2x2 balancer over here once we have the robots set up. Right now it's not really a huge issue since we're actually pretty even with everything. Cool. Wow, that finished really quickly. Uranium processing. Cool. Nuclear power. Does that sound like an idea? Not that I know how nuclear works in this game, but that sounds like an idea to me. Alright, nice. Okay, and then let's see. I want my output of robots to be where? Let's figure out how we make robots then. New production line. We want both logistics and construction. I think construction are the ones that are most important. And then after that is logistics. Wow, they use red circuits. Yikes. And we want one of each. Alright, cool. Just like I said, just like constant flow of these guys. Just doesn't need to be anything too crazy. So we're going to need to make flying robot frames. And then that needs, what's that? Steel plate, batteries, circuits are on the bus. So 1, 2, 3, 4 things are on the bus. We need to make electric engines, or what they're called, sorry. We need lubricant, which is why we did that a couple episodes ago. We started making that stuff. And then I guess motors, which is then, wow. This is actually a relatively long line of things that we need to make. But, oh wow, this is actually overkill. I do not need 115 of these things to be making a second of each of these. What's the crafting speed on these? Does this show me? Does it? Hold on, let's have a look. You take half a second to make one. Alright, so let's say... So it's what, add 2 every second with all of this stuff. So if I wanted 1 a second, it's half of that. So I want 0.5. 0.5. 0.5. And even this is going to be like overkill. 27 flying robot frames. 14 of those, 14 of you, 1, and then that. Well, at least these are just going to be direct feed then pretty much straight into the next one. But we need to do a lot of things here, and I do not have the 60 assemblers that I need. Tell you what, let's go overkill. Well, can I power handle it? The power is definitely not going to be able to handle it, but let's do it anyway. Let's do it live, hey? What I'm going to do is between this, oh, well, not between this episode and the next one, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break for myself, and I'm just going to go do some handcrafting of the 60 assemblers that I need, and just make them all, because why not, right? Like, we're going to end up using them eventually, so we may as well just do it. It's going to be super overkill, but regardless, we can do that. It's going to be a lot of idling machines. Pollution's going to become an issue. But let's do that. I'm going to go craft all this stuff, and then we'll come back in a hot moment once that's done, and then we'll continue. Alright, so we made up all the assemblers that we needed, plus extra. Right, so now I think we've got to start working on actually making this stuff, right? So we need to do, what, a bunch of 14 engines, which then need to feed into... what's this? Electric engines, and then the electric engines need to feed into 27 different things. Alright, so let's start, I guess, like I guess you would anything. You start at the beginning, right? So the first thing we need to build, now that I have this like chain pinned, is going to be the gears and the pipes, right? Because I think we go from these into the engine, then once the engine's done, it goes into this, and then that's all that needs to be made once we have them. Cool. And then these are going to need 2 belts feeding it. So let's just worry, I guess, with the start. I think that's going to be the easiest way of doing this. So that's going to be the case, which means we're going to need, let's give ourselves like some space here. Let's go 2 sets of pipes and 1 set of gears. This then will be enough to feed 14 motors, and these are going to have to be 1 tile, 2 tiles, 3 tiles away, and also down a bit, right? So that, oh, actually, I want to do this on like a half belt. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the gears over here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, which means these motors can actually come directly after, right? Because everything is going to be fed into this one first, and these are just going to go 14 down. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, and that's all our motors. So let's there, and there. These are all going to output onto this belt. We need to go out from you, and then you're going to go out there, and then we're going to go in like that. Right? Does that make sense? And then, so that's our 14 lines of engines done. Let's just chuck on another random research. The handcrafting speed is probably just the easiest one, since all the other stuff that we're going to be working on is actually kind of important things that we need to talk about as we do it. Cool. So that's our engines done. So that all this needs then, if that's the case, is going to be iron going down. Oops, it's going to have to go actually one further. That's alright. I can't be bothered moving the splitter. Does that need to be there? It probably doesn't actually, because we can just go with this one at least. We can go inserter directly in. And then over here we need to use a splitter. And then I'm just going to be real lazy and do a splitter chain like that, so that every single belt is being fed into this. You're actually one too close. So you need to move further back one. So not there, but there. Yeah, like that. Cool. And then we can just tidy this back in. And then we go splitter and splitter. So that oh, that doesn't work, no. It's going to be splitter, splitter, splitter. Cool. Just a real quick and dirty way without having to build in balances at the moment. So that every single line of iron is being fed into this, right? Cool. So that now that is done, we can go tick, tick, tick. So the next thing we need to figure out is going to be engine units and this. So I think the best way of doing this then is going to be longhand inserting. Yeah, it's going to be longhand inserting into, going to be 1 to 1. And I think that's the max distance. So if we go there, and then we turn the lubricant to be like that, so I can run the lubricant down this side. I'm going to need to run a belt of green circuits through here. Yes, this is going to work beautifully. Okay. Right, because that's all this needs. It's just going to be green circuits, engines, engine parts, and lubricant. Yes, sweet. Okay. So that means this can go like that once we have all our inserters in. So we have to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bang. Something's not right here. Oh, that's why. Let's rebuild this then, because I messed up. Inserting gears into an electric engine is not going to really work for us. We can actually make this further, but I don't think we need to. I think if we just go, yeah, like this. Alright, because then we can have green circuits coming in here with these inserters like that, which means, and then I'll go 1 there and 1 there. It will work. I just need to move where the inserters are. So the inserters on this belt aren't going to be there. But alright, let's build out this rest of this so we can actually see what we're doing, hey? before I get sidetracked. So we need to go all these longhand inserters. Cool, that fits a bit better. Then we're going to have a belt running down this way, which is going to be our green circuits. Alright. And then we're going to have, our line of engine part assemblers, or electric engine assemblers going here. They're all rotated the wrong way, which is great. 1, 2, 3, and bang. There's no other way of just like going that way. Cool. So that works. That's all the lubricant going to be going in. And then I guess these inserters need to be on the outsides, like that, on the far sides, so that we can have pipes in the middle with lubricant. Oh, that's not going to work either, though. That's not going to work. I wonder if I switch this around then to be there. No, because, right. Conundrum. That's not going to work because otherwise I won't be able to put in the pipes for this. Okay. So let's figure this out then, because we're going to need to go there. Then it's going to be underground there. Right, so that's the lubricant coming in. So the engine parts themselves are fine, but we can't do anything else on this side because we can't fit inserters unless we do longhand. So I guess these guys actually have to be facing that way instead. So let's do that. I think the easiest way to build this is actually just going to be build the first one. We go there. And then I press Q on that one. Well, it shouldn't actually matter. I'm going to place these down. And then shift right click, select that as our recipe. Damn, they're all facing the wrong way anyway. That's annoying. But either way, that works there. So I guess along here, realistically, I don't need to do the undergrounds because they're just gonna be touching regardless. So then that means here, inserters can be real simple, just on every single one of these hoods. So that they're getting the green circuits going in. This is just going to be a line of, what's the word? A line of pipes, just so that it gets lubricant, and the lubricant's going to come up from this bus that we have up here. So let's run back along here real quick and grab the straight pipes that we're going to need. I also added in all this stone as well so we can move along this a bit faster. Sweet. So you're going to go out, bang, bang, like this until there. And then this has to run backwards and meet up with the lubricant. Beautiful. Which means lubricant can run down these pipes. I'll do undergrounds from you till there. Not that it really matters. Lubricant's going to feed into all of this now. Beautiful. So now that's electric engines done. Nice. And then this means we need 27 of flying... What's this? Flying robot frames. Okay, so we need lots of these bad boys. And these cannot start... Okay, let's figure out how this is going to go then. So these have no choice but to be long-handed inserters out because of the pipes, and there's real no option that we have about that. They just have to be like this. I messed something up here again. Which one? Oh, what did I do here? I hate that. I misplaced something and then everything gets thrown out of whack. There, like that. Bang. Cool. Alright, that works. Now these need to go out onto a belt. So this belt is going to have to go there. There's a bit of space, but I guess that's okay. And that means the first flying robot frame can go there then. And that's the first one that we can do. And we have to do just a straight line down of 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. This is overkill, man. We really do not need this amount. This is a silly amount. Just a downright silly amount. We're going to be making too many flying robot frames. Right. So we can do that actually. So this is going to be... Our engine parts are going to come in on this half of the belt, on the far side of this belt, which means I can technically run another belt here. And then this one can also be a half belt. So I'm going to run this one kind of this way, just so that I can half belt it with something. That can come in on this side. And I can half belt this one with steel, I reckon, because we need the least of that. So let's bring steel down. Of which we are not generating, we're not making any more steel because we ran out of iron in our starter patch, unfortunately. That goes there. As you can run down. We're going to go like that and then like that, which means that's now a half belt of steel. Once this is all powered up, we're going to get the other half of this belt with electric engines. All right. And then this belt here needs to have both batteries and green circuits on it. I also need to bring green circuits down for here. So let's do that as well before we forget. Is that where green circuits goes? That's not where green circuits goes. Green circuits are on this one. I was not paying attention, and I paid the price. Bang, there. Ooh, there we go. That can go there. To bring this down. That's where our green circuits go. And we are generating a very small amount of these because they're all being eaten up by red circuits. But to help us out, I'm going to do the same thing with this splitter chain. So at least this will have like a full belt of green going in. Nice. So that works. Which also means the rest of this belt will also have green circuits on it, which is nice for us as well, I assume. Okay, batteries and green circuits. How do I want to do this? I think I probably want to do this with just a belt going reverse. There, and then the splitter on this one will actually make that a half belt. And that's actually going to be an underground. Probably. Now that I think of it. Because I need to bring the batteries down. On an underground through here so that it's on the same line. So let's bring you back one then if that's the case. Bang. I'm going to go splitter. Forward one. Because we have to go like that. Like that. Like that. I've run out of undergrounds. Oh, I think I have just enough to actually make this work. Once I craft these up. That's going to take a hot minute. So let's work on then if that's the case. Going there. And then there. And then underground. Then I'll do a reverse belt here. So that when this one comes... Oops, that's plastic. I don't want plastic. I want batteries. There. See, now that's the other half of our belt with batteries. Nice. I can actually streamline this. I can go like that instead. But that's going to break stuff, isn't it? Let's just get here and eat some of this stuff just so I get all the batteries off the line. And I need to go underground to continue the plastics through. And then this should just be able to be connected. And then both of these belts need to go all the way down with these flying frames. This is like ridiculous. We do not need this many flying frames. We are not going to have that many robots to need this amount. This is just ludicrous. Alright, so now I'm going to auto-craft up, or order up a bunch of these long-handed inserters, because we're going to need them. We need, what, 27 of them? Okay, we have enough there to get it done, I guess. But now we got to go bang with all these inserters. And this is going to finish uneven at the top, right? Because it's 27 of them. Bang. I see like all the speedrunners who are like really good at that technique of just like running and placing inserters. I'm not that good. I wish I was, but I'm really not. I always do that where I accidentally place 3 of them. Oh, see, there I placed 4. Because I suck. Oh, again. Bang, 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 bang. Oops, there we go. Did it again. Alright, now this is all being fed. Let's work on another random research. Let's go nuclear power. Because we're going to need it, apparently. Because this is going to eat up a lot of power. And make it just an absolute crazy amount of pollution, which these guys are going to start bothering us soon. Do I have enough power poles to power this? Probably not. What am I missing? Iron. So let's grab a bunch of iron. We can power at least this half. Alright, let's grab a bunch of iron. That only makes 7 because I need more steel. And like I said, remember, we don't really have a whole lot of it, so I need to be kind of smart about how we use this. Oh, now I don't have copper. Come on, man. I want to craft things. I need stuff in my inventory. Alright. And let's just spam around a bunch of these things then. At least placing the power poles is like easy. You can get it like an absolute just like spattering of these things. Well, that does all the inserters. And then from here, I'll switch over. Oh, that doesn't reach. They have to go on this side anyway. Let's put them on the inside then, if that's the case. Okay, so that's all these powered, which means I need to power from here on upwards. Alright, then I can hook this up to main power, which will be... Let's go there. Let's get rid of the... Oh, I did not mean to get rid of that. I meant to get rid of that. Oh, cool, and that powers everything. You're facing the wrong way. Oh, you need steel. Oh, why are you not working? I was like, why is it not working? Because they need steel. It's alright, I can do it on this line. Let's make up a bunch of these. Oh. And steel has to run through here. That means I need more long-handed inserters. Which means that power pole can't be there. I was like, why? Isn't this all like just like coming to life? because I missed something. And of course it was like something like real early in the line as well. Oh, and all these power poles are in the wrong spot. Should have known. I should have known. This was all coming together way too easy. I should have known.
Take a packet of
No.
these.
No. You didn't take a packet of anything. You ate them all.
No, I didn't.
Apparently you did.
I just had one packet and that's it.
Sure. Alright, bang. Cool, that's all that long-handed in. So now we need to get steel coming down onto this, which we are definitely now not making anywhere near enough of, because we are making 0 at the moment. So let's follow this line up, bang. Then that can come down. The other thing I'm going to do... Oh, I don't have another splitter. Never mind. What I was going to do is I was just going to check a splitter here as well, so that half of this stuff would actually feed the rest of this, but that's all fine. We should see this come alive if we didn't miss anything else. We should start seeing robot frames coming in a moment, once we start making electric engines. And the first one should start here in a moment. Oh, okay, that fast inserter is in the wrong spot, because that just doesn't get an electric engine, which means this one here would be useless. Good thing we're doing testing. Cool, now it's getting it. Sweet. And that's all our flying robot frames. So let's feed these. Is going to be the best way going back up. Like this. Alright. And then we're only going to have 2 more assemblers, right? Because after that's done, it's just a logistics one, which will go 2 spaces down, and then a construction one. Oh, do I want to do it like this? No. I want to do these... Oh, this is going to be annoying then. Alright, so let's do one of you... Because I want these to feed into a roboport. Oh, okay, I know how to do this then. We're going to go like this. The last one's going to export through there. Right, and then I need to get green and red to these, and then both of these need to go into a roboport. So let's grab one of our roboports from the chest. From bang. Let's grab the 10 roboports that we have. Gonna grab wherever they are from my inventory. There they are. I'm gonna put these in the hotbar. We're gonna clear the chemical plants. This is gonna go right there. Alright, this needs to be connected to power. Let's call it... That's not gonna work. Let's go there. I'm gonna need... 1... Or... Will this work? Because this needs a feed of that. Curious. I'm trying to figure out what the best way of doing this is, right? Because you're quite a few blocks wide. I guess I can actually drop you down one more. So you're only 1 tile, I guess. You're an even amount of tiles. You're 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles wide. Damn. Okay. Interesting. Well, I guess let's start with the construction. Oh, well, can I have 2 roboports? Does that work? I mean, it's not efficient, but I can do it with 2 roboports. If I go like that. And then I have assembler. It needs to be 1 further away, so there and there. You're going to be making construction robots. You're going to be making logistics robots. You're going to go from that directly into that. Nice. You're going to have a feed from there. You're going to go from there. So that gives us our flying robot frames. You need green circuits. So green circuits you can probably just grab off your backside. And then you need red circuits. How do I want to bring red circuits to you? Ideally, it would be really nice to do it off the front. Let's do that. Let's just move you further out one then. Like that. And then we'll flip you around. And we'll say that this is going to have red circuits on it. I need more splitters. What do I need? Missing iron. Let's craft those up. Beautiful. We'll hook these up to power. Why am I not seeing... Oh, you don't have a whatchamacallits. Alright. I'm going to run back to the main base. I'm going to grab some more inserters, and then we'll come back in a second. Alright, we got our stuff. Hopefully we should just be able to finish this now. So we need a belt coming in here. This one needs green circuits, which we should have an abundance of, hopefully. That's just going to be there. We're going to turn you down, underground belt that in. Cool, that's green circuits done. Now the other thing we need to bring in is red circuits. So let's quickly just extend this out so we know where our undergrounds need to go. Bang, just kind of roughly, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. Extend all this junk out. Bang, okay, we need red belts that comes in on... I need an actual tile. This is where the splitter needs to go. So it's there. So let's break all of these then, if that's the case. Cool, this needs to run down. Nope, do not do that. Let's just keep continuing to run you down with undergrounds. Oh, did not mean to break that. You go back there. I've run out of undergrounds, of course I have, because why wouldn't I have? One more underground. Literally one more is... Oh no, I need two more. Damn. Oh, it's just the gear making, man. I really need this stuff to be automated. Bang to there. And then from there, all the way down. And then that's our reds going in. Cool. So now you're getting that. You're going to need a long-handed inserter going into this robo port. And then you're going to need that one going into that robo port. Beautiful. This is all coming up Millhouse. So now we need to add in... I need to add in all of our inserters. It only took us 13 hours, apparently, of playtime. That's not accurate. I've probably spent a lot of time AFKing. How many episodes are we in? This episode 14 at like half an hour roughly an episode. Actually, maybe it's right. God, 13 hours. That's a long time before we got robots. I did not think it was quite that long. And this obviously doesn't need to go that far because that's where all that's going. Alright, and now what we need to do here is we need to do a little bit of circuit work, right? So we've got some red wire here. Because I only want a certain amount of logistics and a certain amount of construction throughout the entire system, we're probably going to limit this, right? These stack to 50 and then we're going to get more in there. So we're getting... Yeah, it's about 1 a second. Wow, this is actually working out wonderfully. We also had a backlog of flying robot frames, so this might slow down in a second. Because as you can see, our steel is kind of non-existent anymore. But we need our red wire. We're going to go connect the red wire from our long-handed inserter to the robo port. And we're going to do the same thing from this inserter to that robo port. Alright, and we're going to do a little bit of logistics here. It's not going to be anything too crazy. All you need to know pretty much here is that we have variables that are added from enabled condition from the robo port. So you're going to read... What the heck? Why is this not working? Aha. We need to learn what you tell us. What we need to do is have read robot statistics ticked on both of these, and this is going to give us the statistics of all of our robots, right? So X is our variable, and this is going to tell us available logistics robots. Y is total logistics. Z is available construction, and then T is total construction. What I want to do is I want to have this enabled. Which one are we looking at right now? We're looking at the logistics. So logistics is going to be available logistics or total. I want the total to be roughly 1,000 throughout the network, just to start with. So we want variable, what was it? Y, which is variable Y. And then the constant is going to be 1,000, which is the most that we want. Cool. And now this is going to be active so long as set that the Y is smaller than 1,000, right? Less than 1,000. So once we hit that 1,000 or more, this is now going to turn off from inserting logistics robots into the network. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with you, right? And then this one's T, I remember. Less than, delete, 1,000. It's going to be active and insert construction robots for us. These are the ones we probably care more about. So I'm going to keep them both to 1,000 since we have so many slots inside of our roboports. But that'll be fine. And now it's just a matter of throwing all of these bad boys around. And conveniently, this is why I left that 4 space up here. Was so that I can actually hook up robos ports all over the base. It's the furthest you can go while being connected there. And we can bring these around everywhere, right? So we're just going to cover essentially the entire base in these guys if we can, while we have them. And these also need power, so we need to do another couple things on this bus so that these guys have power and robots will actually charge and transfer between all of them. These can go over here. I guess that's the furthest you can go. I'm not going to do all of this on camera, but now we have robots, right? And the power of robots is, now that we have them, actually, let's hook these guys up to power. I'm going to do that, and then I need to hook this up into our power network, so let's just bring that down to there. Oh, there we go. These are all going to have power in it. Power's going to start struggling here in a second since we have so many of these. Oh, and there we have logistics robots already just grabbing junk from my inventory and taking it away. Yes! Since I have some storage chests and stuff already placed around. Why are you not placing on that? It's all max range. There. That can go then to this one and power that one. Let's go on the far side of it. Beautiful. And now these guys, if we can see then the construction range, these have different ranges, right? It has both the construction and logistics, construction being the green, logistics being the orange. We can talk about that later. But right now, what I wanted to show is the construction range. So I'm going to grab another RoboPort. I'm just going to throw this one somewhere where it connects. And I guess just up over here next to this blueprint. And I'm just going to place it there, inside of that power pole range as well. Since that power pole is placed. And we have access to all of these things, right? So what I'm going to do, just to kind of show you the power of these guys, and since I have a lot of these things here that we're going to need to craft this up, is I'm going to grab one of these passive provider chests, which is a logistics robot type chest. We're going to end up switching these out to a lot of different things. We're going to place that inside of the logistics network. And the construction network. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift click in all the things that I need to craft this, right? So let's put in all my belts, all my assembling machines, all my inserters, and hopefully what we should see is robots coming in. All of these bad boys, right? All these robots are going to pick up all these things and they're going to start placing items and building this blueprint for us. That is the magic of robots. I did not have to make this whole thing for ourselves. Right, they're just going to go, and then they'll go out and they'll find their other like robopods to hang out in. That's why I made it to 1,000, because they're not obviously all going to sit inside of their home assembler, or rather robopod to start with. But now, if we have more copper, we would start getting some more stuff, which is cool. All we have to do now is just like plug in, right, the inserts and things. But I think that is probably where we're going to leave it for this episode, because now, as you can see here, our copper is becoming an issue. Our iron that was making steel is now pretty much completely dead, since that one's like completely depleted. So all of this can go. What we can do here as well is I can go deconstruction planner and just select all of this. Bang. All of you up until there. And the robots will deconstruct that once I place a robot port near enough. We should actually see them start coming in and getting rid of these ones here in a second. Yeah, see, here you go. Everything that's inside of that construction range is going to get disassembled by these construction robots. How cool is this? Or are these logistics robot? They're one of the types of robots. Cool, so then all of that stuff's going to get deconstructed. Our copper needs some attention. Our coal needs some real attention as well, since our power production is going to suffer if we miss that. I don't know why there are 2 turbines missing there. We need to address that. So next episode is probably just going to be building up some of this stuff that we need, which means trains is probably going to be our next endeavor, because we need to get down to probably this coal and this coal and this copper to bring stuff in, and then I want to take advantage of that iron with belts, I think, to do steel production. But right now we're being attacked by things, which is not a good thing. But yeah, how cool is this? Things are working. We have bots now. That's like the best thing in the world. So now it's just about like hooking things up and making them like a mall and stuff like that, so that we can actually supply the logistics bots with things that we actually need to use. But that's all stuff for another episode. So everyone who is currently watching, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video if you liked, to subscribe if you have not already, and we will see you all on the next one. Peace.